Nestled in the heart of a forgotten forest stood a cabin as old as time itself, its ramshackle form barely visible through the dense web of gnarled branches. Folk from the nearby towns whispered of its sinister past, but few dared to come near. On a cold autumn evening, two friends, Mark and Lydia, decided to debunk the legends once and for all. They arrived just as the last light of day slipped behind the clouds, the air thick with impending dread. The cabin loomed ominously, its wooden boards creaking under the weight of unseen eyes. With trembling hands, Lydia pushed open the creaky door. The musty scent of decay met them, mingling with the cold that seemed to seep from the very walls. Shadows danced erratically across the room, cast by a flickering oil lantern they found near the entrance. They split up, each stepping into different corners of the house, unaware that the act had sealed their fates. Mark ventured into the basement, its stairs groaning beneath his weight. He found a dusty, old chest, and upon opening it, was met with a gust of icy wind that extinguished his lantern. Panic set in as he felt something cold and clammy wrap around his ankle. He screamed, but his cries were swallowed by the oppressive darkness. Lydia wandered into the living room, where an ancient, moth-eaten rug covered the floor. She bent down to pull it back, exposing a large, intricate symbol etched into the wooden planks. The room temperature dropped instantly, her breath fogging the air. She heard faint whispers emanating from the walls, like 1,000 voices talking at once. Fear gripped her as the whispers grew louder and more insistent. Upstairs, Lydia felt a chill as she explored the musty bedroom. An old mirror adorned one wall, covered in a fine layer of dust. She wiped it clean, only to see a gaunt, ghostly figure standing behind her in the reflection. She spun around, but there was no one there. The mirror began to pulsate, as if the glass were liquid, and a skeletal hand reached out from its depths, clawing at the air. She screamed and bolted out of the room, only to find herself trapped in an endless corridor that hadn't been there before. For hours, if not days, the cabin held them in its nightmarish grasp. Each room was a labyrinth of horrors, every corner whispering their names, every shadow concealing unseen terrors. The forest outside seemed to close in around the cabin, its trees appearing more like skeletal fingers reaching out to claim them. When the townsfolk noticed the two were missing, a search party was formed. They only found the car parked right where the forest began, keys still in the ignition.